Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video, I guess. I want to talk about solar. It's something that I encounter quite a bit. Being in Arizona, it's definitely growing, and there's been a lot of tax incentives to encourage that growth, actually. There's been a lot of government subsidies and also more obtainable ways to get solar in terms of financing and really actually the crews and technology available to do so. So I did a podcast with a group called Spark, and I just want to kind of overview a little bit about what they do. Give the podcast a listen. We talk a little bit about what solar is looking like and what Spark does here. And I did a little bit of my own information too. I just wanted to quick show you what I did when I ran some numbers just off of this is a bill from a very close a home that's close to me, and then this is actually my home. So I compared, our this home has solar. I actually do not. I don't have solar. And I just compared the difference relatively for the year of 2011. And granted, my home's a little bit different, a little bit bigger, newer. This is a little bit older. It was built in 2008 and a little bit smaller, almost 1,300 square feet smaller. So I just wanted to kind of quickly look, and what I'm hoping to do is actually run some of this information. So Spark, they actually will do an audit for you and let you know what your solar system looks like. They specifically really cater to sellers to communicate the advantage of the solar that is on someone's house. If you're selling your house, they'll give you kind of an overview and let you know how much you're actually saving from it. They build this beautiful green home report, and we'll take you through it, exactly showing you where you can be saving, what you can do to be a little more green and save a little more, as well as exactly how well your solar is working. And they'll actually give you a whole savings estimation with solar, what your solar is doing, how much it's providing, what else you could do to maybe assist a little bit in and changing things around to be greener. So when I look at the numbers, I think, and I'm interested to see what their opinion is on solar, depending on the system. To me, it takes a little bit of time to really get a payoff. So this was, if I was to choose kind of the same system this house had, just real quick, I'll show you the system, or the way their contract works, because I think that's interesting to know. And this is a lease, so this is a lease program. So you lease the solar, and then you pay for it over a period of time. And I'm just going to show you really quickly what that kind of looks like in terms of the actual lease program itself. So I'll show you the lease looks like this. So you have you have your monthly payments, right? They actually get bigger until you finally finish. This system happens to be $22,000. So, and I identified that here on $22,700 and said, well, if I'm saving $720 a month, how long does it actually take to pay for that solar system? And I had, about 2.5 years to make up for where I'm actually just saving money and it's a benefit. So I didn't think it's anything that, blew it out of the water, but I did think that there are potentially some substantial savings there. I also ran through, this was kind of interesting, SRP, that's my provider. They actually have an online resource you can use to measure, if you were to switch to solar, approximately how much you might save and kind of what that looks like. So this is SRP's sort of, I don't know, I find it very similar to what Spark was doing in terms of being able to identify if you were to get solar, kind of how it would help. Of course, Spark does the audit on your house. They'll go in and identify certain things that you can be doing that will adjust your, little improvements you can do just to kind of adjust the power consumption you have. So this was a really good, I mean, this was really eye-opening in terms of like how much I can actually save and what might be available to me. I think one of the nicest things is the tax credits. I was unaware of that. So you do get tax credits approximately this year. It looked like this year is you get 26% of the installed solar. Next year drops down to 22%. So those incentives are going to go down. However, from the look of it, I would be saving around $1,400. That's probably, it's just their estimate, and I think there's obviously a lot of benefits to solar besides just saving money. But anyway, go ahead and take a listen to the podcast. I'm hoping to get you a little more information on Spark and what they do. And might be a really, really great tool we use, especially when listing your home, to identify the benefits of that solar. Because keep in mind, if we are under a lease for solar and you're paying a monthly payment for solar, your buyer has to be able to assume that lease, and that may be dependent upon the buyer's ability to qualify for that or not. So generally speaking, if they can qualify for a loan for the house, they're probably going to be able to qualify for solar. However, if in the case that you have a cash buyer who isn't able to qualify for that lease for some reason or another, they're going to have a little bit harder of a time purchasing your home. And so that's something to think about. However, a lot of people want solar. They won't buy a house without solar. It's got to have it on there, whether it's leased or owned. They are very specific about wanting solar. So I think you get both markets. And I would say that, there's definitely benefits to solar. So especially in Arizona. I know with Corey, he's the one of the head guys there at Spark. We talked about a little bit about getting the batteries for solar. That's a whole nother conversation. The solar that you're seeing primarily is just a direct feed, so it doesn't store energy in batteries for later use. It just sets during the busy times. It just sets those that amount off so that way you're not paying as much as what you would be. For example, in the Excel sheet that I had shown you here, let's see if I can bring it up again. So you'll see in this sheet, there's they give a credit, right? And here you have a couple months where it's nearly zero, and so that's great. I think the age difference in the house is a pretty big deal too. Now we have the builders have a pretty a much larger, gambit of tools to be able to use to build in such a way where we're trying to be as generally speaking, builders have the ability to build homes in such a way where they're more energy efficient now. And so that makes a big difference. However, the savings are still there for solar. So anyway, whether it's solar or no solar, we can find the best house for you in Arizona. Go to thebestarizonahome.com. Take a listen to the podcast here with Corey with Spark. And let's talk soon.